Get excited, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The Colleton County Memorial Library presents Storytime with Miss Shiela.
Come on everybody, friends one and all, let's come together, let's break down those walls. We're gonna listen and we're gonna learn, having fun all the way. Somebody said, let's listen and learn together. Let's sing and learn forever. Let's listen and learn together. Let's sing and learn forever. Let's listen, learn together. Let's listen, learn forever. Let's read and learn. Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I am a character today, and if you can guess which character I am, you win a prize, okay? But we're going to do an animal book. Yes, these are animals that talk. So we're going to find out in this book called The Ugly Duckling what happens when you think you're somebody when you're really not. And boys and girls, no matter what people say about you, you have to feel good about yourself, okay? All right, so get in your most comfortable seat and get ready to go inside the book. The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen, pictures by Burnett Watts. It was a beautiful summer day. The sun was shining down on an old house surrounded by a moat. Bushes, reeds, and flowers grew by the water's edge. In the shade of some big leaves, a duck was sitting on her nest, waiting for her eggs to hatch. It was taking a very long time, but finally, one after the other, the eggs cracked and out came the ducklings. Only the biggest egg still lay there. The mother duck settled down again and waited for it to hatch. At last, the big egg cracked open. The mother duck looked at the new duckling and thought, how big and ugly he is. He doesn't look like any of the others. Perhaps he is a turkey chick and is afraid of water. I'll take him to the moat to see if he can swim. The mother duck and her ducklings jumped right in to the water. One duckling after another followed her. Even the ugly duckling jumped in eagerly. So he isn't a turkey chick after all, the mother duck said, relieved. It is my own child. Actually, now that I look at him, again, he isn't very ugly after all. Feeling contented, she led her ducklings to a farm nearby. But when they reached the farmyard, the other birds began to ridicule the ugly duckling. They pushed him, they pecked him, and chased him all around the farmyard. Even the ugly duckling's brothers and sisters were unkind to him. And finally, the mother duck cried, "Oh, if only you were far away from here." So the ugly duckling ran away. He flapped over the fence and all the birds in the bushes were startled and flew off. That is because I'm so ugly, thought the duckling. He ran on until he reached a wide marsh where the wild ducks lived. There he lay trembling the whole night long. At sunrise, the wild ducks found him. "How ugly you are," they quacked. "But we don't care as long as you stay out of our way." The duckling was lonely and frightened in the marsh. After a few days, a fearsome dog appeared and bounded up to the duckling. The duckling was terrified, but the dog turned around and ran off without harming him. How blessed, thought the duckling. I look so ugly that even the dog doesn't want to eat me. The duckling rushed away across the marsh as fast as he could. At the edge of the marsh, he came to a tumble-down cottage. The duckling slipped through a crack in the door. There he saw an old woman sitting by the fire with her cat and her hen. They allowed the duckling to stay for a while, but only at the back of the room. "Now I can get me some duck eggs," said the old woman. But the duckling didn't lay any eggs. He sat sadly in the corner and dreamed of warm sunshine and swimming again. Shunned by the cat and the hen, he went out into the world once more. Eventually, he came to a lake where he could swim and dive. One autumn evening, just as the sun was setting, a beautiful group of birds flew by. They were dazzling white with long necks. They were swans, although the duckling didn't know that, and they thrilled him. He had never seen such beautiful birds. Winter came and it was bitterly cold. It would be very sad to describe all the misery the duckling suffered that long, harsh winter. Then one day, the warm sun shone again. It was spring! The duckling spread his wings and flew away from the dikes and the marshes and came to a lake. There he saw 3 swans gliding majestically over the water. I will fly to those beautiful birds, he thought. They may peck me to death because I'm so ugly, but it doesn't matter. So the duckling glided down into the water and swam toward the swans. The duckling bowed his head over the water, expecting to be killed. But what did he see in the water? He saw his own reflection. No longer an ugly duckling, but a beautiful swan. The other swans swam around him and stroked him lovingly with their beaks. What does it matter where one is born if one has been hatched from a swan's egg? He remembered all the pain and misery he had suffered. But now, everything had changed. He raised his long, slender neck and trumpeted, "I never dreamed of so much happiness when I was a wretched, ugly duckling." And that is the end of The Ugly Duckling.
Hi, this is Donna, our first duck. She's 3 years old, and we have a dozen scovies. We'd like to see them.
Of course we do. Let's go. Wow. Oh, wow. A dozen for real.
She's the loudest duck. She's a pekin, and these are all very quiet.
This is the mama of all of these.
Wow.
And she will lay all her eggs at once before she goes and sits on them.
Wow.
And that's the daddy.
Oh, where's the daddy? Oh, there's the daddy.
Major.
So they like the water, huh?
Yeah.
And there's the daddy with the orange head. Oops, 1, 2. Thanks for spending this great time. Now, children, it's time to go. Thanks for watching Miss Sheila's reading show. Hope you listened and you learned, and remember all the things you heard. We hope, children, next week that you will return. If you enjoyed watching us, please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.